Reviewing a motivational video about Cutler. He's one of the most popular drug-addicted body destroyers.
I eat for function, not for taste.
All right, so this is meal number 5. It's 5 o'clock. 4 more meals to go tonight. 4 or 5.
4 more meals? As in 9 in a day? God, this guy looks so abnormal. So many insecurities. Such a troll.
Fucking Sparage claiming somebody else looks abnormal.
Traumatized. A kid in an adult's body.
Cutler, one of the biggest mass monsters of the 90s. Did you know he ate over 140 eggs a day? He was eating 30 egg whites per meal.
Cracking the eggs, flipping the yolk out, throwing.
Egg whites? He didn't eat the yolks? Or part of it were yolks? Because I'm sure that he didn't eat 140 whole eggs in a day.
It, and then having the egg whites. So it was a lot of work. I mean, there was some diets, I'm not gonna lie, I ate 140 egg whites a day.
Right, egg whites. Because these guys who are on drugs don't understand that when you recommend this to other people, not saying that he did, but most of them do, that most people will not achieve anything, seeing as they cannot produce any testosterone themselves, seeing as it's made from fat. Cholesterol is the precursor to testosterone. If you don't...
Dietary cholesterol, serum cholesterol has no relation to actual testosterone production.
Eat the yolks, you're not going to make any gains. But when you're on drugs, yes, this works. You can eat only the egg whites.
So I was cracking eggs nonstop. I mean, I remember sitting and cracking eggs for an hour in the morning, and I would put everything in Tupperware containers, and I would just dump out. I was eating 30 egg whites a meal then.
And he would...
Look at this guy. He eats egg whites, which have some protein. That's about it, really. If you cook them, there's nothing else except for some protein. And there's some flowers there. He actually eats flowers. And vegetable sticks, which are poisonous. And absolutely...
Yes, broccoli and asparagus are poisonous.
Horrible diet. Without drugs, you wouldn't gain 1 ounce of muscle, just nothing.
Buy an entire cow from the butcher, just to eat it all himself.
But I would buy a whole cow at a time. I had a local butcher.
Okay, that's great though. He actually did eat.
That is not great.
A lot of meat. Yes, if you eat meat, you will for sure be able to gain muscle, obviously. But what he ate before there, you would lose muscle.
And I would have a whole cow. I'd walk in the butcher shop and my cow would be hanging. And I'd say, I want, this is hamburger, this is steaks, this and that. And I would buy a whole cow.
Would you actually buy a whole cow or only the muscle meat? This guy should have been eating organs. Maybe he was. Hey, I don't know, but it doesn't sound like it. Most of these guys don't eat organs. Again, because they are on drugs. They feel like they don't need them.
And that wasn't enough.
Look at this guy. Oh my god, man. An absolute tumor builder. It just... Oh my god, man. It just doesn't even look in any way human. It's insanely disgusting.
Picked up 140 pounds of chicken in one go. Insane.
It's a really severe mental illness. Mario Reyes said that bodybuilding is a mental illness. This, what you saw right there, it must be a mental illness. It's the same as anorexia, just the other way around. It's body dysmorphia. You just have very severe insecurities, trauma, who knows what. It's the only thing that can lead you to that. You have to feel somehow very small inside, so to speak, mentally, or you have to be actually sure, whatever the case, there has to be something very severe to do this to yourself. It's absolutely no different from crystal meth users, heroin, whatever.
Packs of chicken, like you know, I could go to a restaurant, back to a restaurant, they have like packs of chicken. I buy 140 pounds of chicken at a time. So I had 2 freezers in my garage. Yeah. And one was the beef freezer, one was the chicken freezer. And then I had the eggs in my, I was a machine. All I did was eat, and I would take out 5 pounds of meat, and I would eat 5 pounds of meat a day.
Okay, at least he ate a lot of meat besides the flowers and egg whites and whatever you saw there. The bodybuilders of today don't really eat a lot of meat. They eat some.
No, they eat a lot of meat. What are you?
But they mostly eat flowers, leaves, and rice, from what it seems like. Some dairy, maybe.
plus the eggs.
You have to eat. And when you explain what real eating is, a lot of people don't get it. When you're trying to gain weight, you eat until you're sick, stopping only when you're about to throw up and can't
Oh my god. How is that not an ED?
take another bite. Then you wait 2 hours and do it all over again. It's not about being hungry. It's about knowing it's time to eat because that's what it takes to improve.
Yeah, they actually believe that gaining a lot of so-called muscle, which look like tumors, and that's what they have to be, seeing as they come from drugs, is as if you're improving as a human being.
Through and eat even when you don't want to.
Oh my god, look at this. The definition of body dysmorphia. It doesn't look in any way good, it doesn't look attractive to a woman, obviously it looks repulsive. I can tell you that right away, as any woman on earth. It doesn't look like a human body, it doesn't look healthy, there's no benefits, you can't move around quickly, you can't run, you can't do anything that a natural human being would do to survive, you can't throw. The body is useless and it's weak. Mario Reyes defined it perfectly. This is a very, very weak body because of how slow it is. You can't do anything with it. You can't fight, survive, hunt. It's a disability. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. This is a very, very disabled body, literally. Literally, literally, literally. Literally, 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 literally.
That's what eating is in hardcore bodybuilding.
This race Twitter runs 24/7 at the Cutler household.
Over 2 hours, and you talk about profession. You said, how did I do it? I mean, that's where I was spending most of the money. Honestly, back then I was probably spending maybe $50,000 a year, and to 95.
Typical body destroyer meal. Rice, which only has arsenic, maybe not as much in the 90s though. Still for sure some. And anti-nutrients, fiber and sugar, that's it. And then again, he eats flowers, literally for no reason. I mean, what's the point of eating flowers? Do you gain muscle? No. Do you improve your health? No, you completely destroy your health. Flowers are poisonous to the human body. So
Yes, broccoli is poisonous.
for cooked meat,
From the clock for 20.
30 pounds of fish, which will last.
you would be able to see what the drugs did to a certain part of their body. And that would be very off-putting to a lot of men.
If you're not eating enough and you're not eating the right food, you won't recover from training.
Imagine him standing there doing these poses, fully seeing his body, how it would look like. It would give you a whole different vibe.
If you can't handle that, just leave. You won't survive in this game. It's that simple.
Between 2 a day. So I take out like 2.5 pounds. I would usually break it down into like 1 pound Ziploc bag. So anytime I brought the meat home, it was like the whole.
The meat actually looks pretty nice, except that it's pretty lean.
It's like 7 o'clock.
Maybe he
Alright, well, that's Farage complaining about bodybuilders.